What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Carlos of the Just Fans podcast. I'm joined, of course, here by my co-host, Rios. How's it going, bud?
That hat makes me want to gouge out my eyeballs.
Oh, believe me too. I hate it. Guess what, guys? We got our awesome. I was going to say awful for some reason. Our amazing guests.
You want to say
Uh,
awful?
I know. Sorry about that. That came out of nowhere like awful guests. No, I'm kidding.
Accurate.
Accurate. No.
Pretty
These
accurate.
guys are great. Y'all have seen
It's
them
the
in our
hat.
it's a hat. Yeah, it's a hat. It's making me think ugly. I don't know how these people do it in Arlington. I swear. Anyway, we have JP and we have Lowe's. I mean, these guys always get into it. I love it. It's great having them on the show. Y'all have seen them here before. I'm
It
excited.
makes our
to have them
job
on
easier.
again. It makes our job easier because all I got to do is sit back and let them just argue it out. It's so fun. But nonetheless, JP, Lowe's, welcome to the show again, man. How you guys doing today? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. Good time
Vic-
to be a Houston fan. I'm wearing the Houston Oilers colors because Earl Campbell jersey, because we're the main ones that should be wearing it here in Houston. But I'm super excited. Sunday was an event. Just seeing progression and some downfalls that have been pretty like what the hell. But overall, great, just living life. Los.
Yeah. Awesome. Carlos, how's it going with you, bud?
Yeah, man, feeling good. Feels good to meet our win total already from last year. So it's only up from here, baby. Let's go.
Hey, you guys realize that our first year in 2002, we only won 4 games too. So
That's true. I mean,
But those wins are spread out. These have been consecutive.
yeah, these have been
True.
consecutive, and that's the best part about it. That it almost sounds like a broken record, but now it's like we finally have. I feel very confident that we finally have our quarterback of the future. You
Yeah.
know, like this guy. I mean, I know that a lot of us said the same thing about Deshaun, but then again, Deshaun is Deshaun. You know what I mean? And so this guy here, he looks like he has. From the looks of it, from how he speaks, from how he carries himself, it sounds like CJ's got, he's dedicated 100% to football, and obviously, with his teammates. So obviously, for being a rookie, like the mentality is that of a veteran. Like he solidified his leadership with the team, and I believe the team feeds off of him, and that's why you have such a great quarterback and how he's able to do these things. So let's go one by one. I wanted to talk to you guys. What's some, besides all the touchdowns, besides all this, what is something that for you just stands out about CJ Stroud? Rios, go first. That just seemed different.
His poise in the pocket, like he's standing in there like a vet. He's not like most rookies get happy feet. They try to take off. They try to force it. Him just cool, calm, collected, and just watching him throw the ball, man. It's a real treat watching him throw the ball, especially in person, man. Like you see, like there's no way he makes that throw and then bam, first down, chunk play. Like man, I haven't felt this excited about watching a quarterback play in a very, very long time.
Yeah. JP, what about you, bud?
I think his footwork and his touch on the football. One of the things that's super underrated that most rookies do is like when they first start off the game, they're trying to do home runs, so they just slinging it. They're just throwing through a brick wall. In this case, CJ Stroud has such a beautiful touch. I've seen so many beautiful passes for touchdowns or for first downs that you're just like, wow. He really does thread, and he makes and another thing, accuracy. We're seeing him be great at accuracy, and he's only going to get better. This is his first year. This is only 9 games. We still have a lot of time left with our new franchise quarterback,
Right.
where he's going to improve and get better. There is no doubt no more. He is our franchise quarterback.
Solidified. Yep. Carlos, what about you, bud? Lowe's, I think you're on mute, bud.
Oh,
Did you lose sound again? Try it again. Not sure what's going on with the sound. All right, if you can, Lowe's,
Sabotage.
sabotage. Yeah,
JP sabotage.
it's the Rangers. Yeah, come on out, Lowe's, and then we'll let you back in. All right.
perfect
So
irony.
one of the things that I wanted to talk about in the meantime while he comes in is one of you his accuracy. I think JB, you brought it up. One of the best things he has is that accuracy, and the way that I realized, the way that I noticed that. Well, I mean, one of the ways that it stands out. I want you guys to remember those last 16 seconds
Yeah.
of the game. So Todd Bowles is a cover two guy, right? So the last 16 seconds of the fourth quarter, he was in cover two. Okay, I, it wasn't Emmanuel Achu put it really well on Twitter, and he said, Todd Bowles is a cover two guy, and credit to both Bobby Slowick and CJ Stroud for this magnificent play. So, in order to counter the cover two, you have to do the hole shot. Hold on, the honey hole shot. Carlos, are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
The three receivers on the
Yeah.
right hand side.
Well, the thing
Well, no. So basically, you condense the field.
Yeah, you condense
That
the field,
opens
and what
opens
the
up the
best thing about
sidelines.
the honey hole shot offensive scheme, that's the counter to the cover two, the honey hole shot, which is at the part of the I think it's after the 30-yard line, the NFL logo that's in the top I
Mhm.
believe top left of the field. He would have to in order for this to work, you need an accurate quarterback, enter CJ Stroud, to be able to execute this particular play. So he has to throw it after like literally outside of that NFL logo that's above the 30-yard, that's after the 30-yard line, in order to execute it perfectly. The play is called CJ Stroud executes it beautifully to Tank Dell, and they end up going for the touchdown immediately right after.
Well, the
That
corner
type
thought
of
there was
play
gonna
is great, but what I'm saying is to dial up that particular play to counter that cover two slot. Like Rio said, it condenses the field or whatnot, and basically to be able to execute that, that's to me that's credit to both Bobby Slowick and CJ Stroud to be able to execute that, and that was a key play to ensure you that victory.
the corner. He got burned a little bit because he thought he was gonna have safety help on the back end, and the
Right.
safety with CJ Stroud with his eyes, he was looking at his left, and he kind of drew the safety there because the safety's in the middle. He has to like pick which route because remember he can't just turn and go. Yeah, if he's gonna turn and go, like that's it, and that's what he did, and he chose the
Well,
wrong
well
side.
that well that's why it's a honey hole shot because it's a catch that's supposed to be right behind the safety, in between the safety and the corner. So it
Mm-hmm.
has to be an accurate throw in order for it to be executed properly.
Basically, you got to thread the needle on that one.
Correct. Yes. If you don't have it, like Davis Mills would never.
No.
And so but that's the fact that
No,
that's one of those things where you have to put that trust in your quarterback, and to have
yeah,
that trust in your rookie quarterback for that to be executed so perfectly. I mean, that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
it
Yeah.
does. I would say what's more impressive is that he's doing it without a running game and without a
Mhm.
kicking game. He
Oh yeah,
literally
this
was
particular. Yeah.
he literally was running the offense. Uh, this game just shows that Texans can overcome a lot of things,
Yeah.
uh, and that brings a lot of hope for the future. But we can praise, we can put all the praise on CJ. The the wide receivers as well. They just continue to play.
Mhm.
Noah Brown, man, Noah Brown came to
He
play.
went
And
off. He went off, but before we go into any further, I didn't get a chance to talk to Lowe's because on his volume went out. So, Lowe's, really quick, what is something that has stood out about CJ Stroud for you this season
Um,
since he started playing?
what I liked was the fact that the first half he didn't have a great first half, right? He missed
Mhm.
some guys, he missed some plays down the field. I think Slowick wasn't really
Yeah.
great in the first half either. It was just not really 100% in sync. But so I heard D'Amico gave some words in halftime. Whatever he said worked because the boys came out, Slowick came out, Stroud came out, and didn't miss a throw after. To me, in the second half, he was on point, and it was like that resiliency to, like JP said, basically carry the offense. You're going for it on basically every fourth down. You're going for 2 pointers. You don't have a run game, so just the character that he's showing, man, and the mental aspect of the game that he's showing is just crazy. To think that he's only 6 games in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just super optimistic about where he's gonna go. It looks like the team believes in him. You
Yeah,
know,
Mhm.
they really.
they believe that this guy can literally carry us if we need him. I hope to see more. Only one negative I would say, as a team as a whole, not only on Stroud, but we have to be more consistent. Um, we have to learn how to play like that second half,
Mhm.
continuously on offense. The defense was a little leaky in the first half. Just more consistency, man. We need more consistency. Need to be able to play at that high level more often and not have to rely on Stroud to get us out of it.
I think the
Yeah.
biggest compliment that I can give CJ is that in these 9 games this season, he has not been the reason we've lost.
No.
No.
And
Yeah. Hmm.
I think that right there in itself is a testament to how good he is or has been this season. Um, because in every game, we've really been in it because of him.
Right.
And there have been drops, turnovers, but as far as what I can tell, one interception in 9 games is amazing. It really is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
my bad. It's been 8 games, not 6 games. 8 games that
Very
we've seen
good.
from him.
It's very Tom Brady-esque. Because they're
yeah,
looking
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the touchdown interception ratio. So Brady in 2016 had 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. CJ's on the same trajectory so far. Like, it's a
Yeah.
pretty good company to be in.
hmm yeah, and I mean, he's only going to get better. The only thing that concerns me a bit is, once again, he's doing this himself. He should be with the run game. That was the whole point at the beginning of the season. If you guys recall, we did all this crap with the linemen for a run game because we were going to rely on the run. He's doing it without a run game. That's my biggest concern right now with the Texans is the team. You can tell by the defense on Tampa Bay, they did not care about the run. And I mean,
Nor should they.
they I thought it was Damian Pierce at first. Maybe he was dancing around way too much. But now that he was out of the picture and it was Singletary, who's a vet, and he's getting stuffed. And I keep seeing Fant 77 get bull rushed. Titus Howard needs to stop being a damn guard and go to his normal position. It's getting to the point where that's it. We're just a pass team, and we can't do that. We need to have some sort of threat in the run if we want to continue with success. But other than that, CJ Stroud, amazing, amazing, amazing. All these 9 games, I can't say anything but good things about him.
Do we have your approval for CJ Stroud?
Yes, I mean,
Got it.
like I said,
I mean,
when we drafted him, I was one of the fans. I was like, I'm okay if we don't get a quarterback. I'm okay with it.
that was your stance.
That was
You were
my
okay with not drafting a
I was
quarterback
okay
this
with it.
year.
I didn't
See why I
say
did that,
anything.
Rios?
was
To
just-
me, it's just what the
Another year
hell.
of Mills, I
You-
would chuck bleach
in
live
your-
on air.
In your words, you didn't see a star QB in this draft.
I
And I
didn't.
mean, you were
I
wrong.
didn't.
And I was adamant that Stroud was the guy.
You were not
I just want to
adamant.
point that out, that I was right and you were wrong.
Look, well,
For the
you have a
benefit
very
of the
shady
Texans, of
memory.
course.
You have a very shady memory because in personal
Oh,
phone
pull
calls,
up the tape.
you called me. You were all over Bryce Young. That's all I want to say. And I'm the
That
one that
is
told
a
you, he's
lie.
midget.
I've never
He's too
liked Bryce
small.
Young.
He's too
That is a
small. He can't
damn
see
bold
past
lie.
6 feet.
Well, you know
I
what?
told you that. But
We
it's
have
okay.
tape. So you can see what I thought about Stroud, and we can see what you thought about Stroud.
I did.
And
And
you didn't like none of these
I
quarterbacks.
like Will Anderson. I'm glad we picked up Will Anderson. I also said that if we didn't draft a quarterback, I'd be okay. But I even said if they do draft a quarterback, I would be okay with CJ Stroud.
That was on
I
our
said,
first
out of
time you
all of
guys
them-
were on, right?
Yeah, I believe it's.
Okay,
I think so,
And
yeah.
I even said,
All right, it was
out of
before
all
the
of them-
draft.
Please cut that and then cut
Yeah,
this.
I'll
and,
put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it on.
look it up, please.
I will, I
No,
will,
but
will.
that is true. That is true. He did say, well, I do want to point out, yes, you were fine if they decided to go QB. You didn't want a
Mhm.
QB. You were said, let's wait till next year. Is kind of
Correct.
what your stance was on QB.
That's what I said.
But your first pick, if they were to get a QB, was Will Levis. Like you
Yes.
wanted,
Ooh.
you thought Will Levis.
No, I didn't say Will Levis. I said, this is what I said. I
Okay.
said the the Texans, if they don't get CJ Stroud, to not get Bryce Young. I said get Will Levis.
Okay.
I'm like, because
Okay.
to me, from the very beginning, the moment I found out Bryce Young was my height, I was like, nah, player, no way. And I weigh more than him, nah, player, ain't no way, ain't no way.
Yeah, I was never. I mean, I was never hyped about Bryce Young. It just doesn't. Once I saw CJ Stroud's bowl game, I was sold. I was like, this is the guy. This is who we need again.
And we
I, I,
cannot. We. Well, go
I
ahead.
will say that I mean, I think when Rios and I first started like really digging into this, I want to say we were both kind of set on, well, it's 1A or 1B. Remember that, Rios? It was like either
Yeah.
1A or 1B, whoever. And then we were set on like I can tell you this. Admittedly I was upset once the Texans lost to that Colts lost
No, we
excuse me,
won.
one sorry that Colts
We
game,
won.
and we ended up losing the first round pick of the draft, moving to second. And
Everybody
then
was all bad.
as time went on, you start seeing, you know, these little things where the Bears you know, were going to give up pick, but we didn't know to who, and then it turned out to be Carolina. We all kind of thought it was going to be another team or whatnot, but it was Carolina. And then once Carolina came on the board, we were kind of because I'm not gonna lie, I did like Bryce, and then but I lost that hope once I saw Carolina move up to first. You know, once they traded, so I was like, okay. So then I started thinking to myself, okay, it's most likely it's going to be CJ, but I never saw it as a negative. And I think we were in the same boat here, Reels. We were like, it's 1A, 1B. We can't. I was like, we liked either or. I think what got us upset is when people would like talk down on CJ or on Bryce. But I know people want to use the whole. Well, he's an Ohio State quarterback, and there were
No
no
successful ones.
no successful quarterbacks from Ohio State, which I understand that,
And
but
there's
people
truth to
have
it.
to there is truth to it, but you got to also understand that, I mean, times change.
And there are different types of quarterbacks.
There's different types of quarterbacks. And CJ, you know, he's a pocket passer first, yes. But the fact that he has the ability to use his legs around, I mean, that's amazing. Like, you don't want just a runner. Look at what happened to Anthony Richardson. He got injured. A lot of people were predicting he was going to get injured. Here he is. He got injured. You can't, in the NFL, you can't play with just running. No, I mean, it's true though. Like, you
And
can't play.
Bryce Young has
Yeah.
missed some games.
Yeah.
Due to injury.
So,
It's because
yeah.
you
Look,
can
I
never.
was praying, well, that Carolina. Look, man, I don't hate Bryce Young. Okay, let me start with that. I don't
Right.
hate Bryce Young. I wish
Yeah,
him all
correct.
the best. But my opinion is that he's not gonna succeed. I mean, maybe with another. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. And I was praying Carolina would make the wrong choice and select Bryce Young. I was praying
Mhm.
for it. And the moment they did it, I celebrated because I knew CJ Stroud was coming our way. And another point I want to make, if the Texans had gotten that first pick, I don't think they would have gotten
You don't think so,
Bryce Young.
Bryce?
No, I think they would have gotten CJ Stroud.
They-
A lot of people in the media are saying, well, oh, you know, they only picked him because he was second. I don't think so. As you can see under my name and Casario Trust, he would have gotten CJ Stroud. I mean, that's my opinion. That's
the
how I
Houston
see it.
Texans, and that's why I wasn't tripping about getting the second pick overall, because the first pick, you have all the pressure. You better get it right. Like, if you're the first pick in the draft, you have to hit a home run. You have to.
Unless you're the Raiders with Jamarcus Russell.
Unless
no,
you're
they
Carolina.
thought he-
Or the
they
Browns
thought
with
he had
Baker
a home run.
Mayfield.
You know, or Baker Mayfield. But at the end of the day, we are where we are now. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever process happened, we all can accept it. This is our franchise quarterback. And in
That's
my
true.
opinion, and I've said this to Los, I actually think he's a little bit better than Deshaun Watson his first year, because Deshaun
Who?
Watson's first year he would hold on.
CJ, he's already better than Deshaun Watson was.
No, because Deshaun had a goal. Like, he had 3 or 4 good games before he got injured. He had amazing games.
But look who he had. He had Hopkins. He had
But he
Fuller
had
and Aaron
Hopkins.
Foster.
Yeah, exactly. He had a receiving core, with Arian Foster. I mean,
And a
Hey,
did he get Arian
defense.
Foster?
No,
Oh,
I don't think he had Arian Foster.
He had
Oh, no,
Carlos
no,
Hyde.
no.
Yeah, Carlos Hyde. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Wait,
he
that-
had Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller first
Lamar
year.
Miller. You're right. Sorry, he had a running back, at least a consistent one,
It was
right?
1,000-yard run.
He had a run
Better, yeah, better than we had a run game, and we had two receivers. I mean, as long as I know, we don't like to admit that they were really such a good tangent, but I thought they were. Will Fuller
Will Fuller
and
was
and
injury prone.
Hopkins. Yeah.
and Hopkins together. I mean, there were some explosive plays they made against with Deshaun against the Patriots, against the Seattle Seahawks, against the Chiefs,
The
even
Titans.
like the Titans. There were some explosive plays, but still this day, right? I will die on this hill. I honestly think CJ Stroud is a lot better his rookie season than Deshaun Watson ever was.
I agree. Now, here's one thing I do want to say. Nick Caserio right now should be is probably very happy because when you pick the right guy, it covers a lot of things. Because let's not forget, Stingley hasn't played, and he's a first round pick. And I mean, he's going down that Will Fuller road where he's going to be a bust due to injury. I don't know.
It'll probably to your point on that one. I think eventually it's going to come down to if Stingley like gets injured again next season and misses the same amount of games. I think that you can rightfully so call him a bust, and then Caserio will get the whole
right there.
Sauce Gardner thing. Yeah, so
Exactly.
So that just
so-
depends on how Stingley plays the rest of this season and next season.
CJ Stroud is going to cover a lot of mistakes that Nick Caserio has done. And that's just a fact.
A lot of mistakes. I mean, I'm not gonna say Caserio's perfect, but come on, this guy has hit on almost
Stingley?
everything.
Where's Stingley at? Where's Kenyon Green
Okay,
at?
he missed on Stingley, but
Kenyon wasn't a second.
we can't
Wasn't a first
call it
round
a
pick.
bust yet.
He was. He was a second first rounder.
He's hit
Kenyon?
more.
Mhm.
He's hit more.
Kenyon was
Kenyon
number
Green was our
15.
second
Then
first
he's-
rounder.
He's hit more than he's missed.
That's right. I forgot.
One thing I want to point out. A lot of people talk down on the wide receiving corps at the moment. Like,
True.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
Stroud is. Don't get me wrong, Stroud's been great, but let's put some respect on this receiving corps, okay?
That's true.
Nico Collins is doing what he's doing. Tank Dell. I mean, people were downing him because of his size, but
Go
bro,
Cougs, baby.
he's
Cougs,
been
baby.
cutting him
Noah
up,
Brown.
running
Noah
great
Brown showed up.
routes. Noah Brown.
She showed up.
Noah Brown. Schultz, great signing. At first, he was nowhere to be seen. JP was calling him out. Now the guys, no, and rightfully so. And now he's turning into a great weapon, being consistent. He fumbled immediately.
Oh man, I was there. I felt I felt my stomach flip upside down. So I was like, no.
He had a 10 catch game?
Yeah, he had like 2 touchdowns, I think.
It was ridiculous.
He had so Dalton Schultz had 10 receptions, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was of 26, and he had 11 targets on him.
Okay, it's not let's put some respect on this receiving corps.
Yeah.
It's not only Stroud. These guys are doing their job. They're getting open. They're getting those yak plays. I mean, they're handling their business, and I mean, I want around the leagues, some more respect put on this receiving corps.
Well,
I think,
Carlos,
at minimum, this is the top 15 receiving corps minimum, and that's me.
Yeah.
Being modest, I think they're even better than that. So
Carlos, to your point, and because I agree with you 100%. I wanted to go over really quick their stats for this particular game. Noah Brown. So one of the best things I liked about it is that CJ Stroud was able to distribute the ball to his receivers, right? So to your point, Carlos, what you said, I agree with you 100%. Noah Brown had 6 receptions, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and his longest was of 75. He caught all of his targets. He had 6 targets, 6 receptions. Dalton Schultz, I already said it, 10 receptions.
10-11.
Right, he's 10-11, and then 130 yards, 1 touchdown, longest of 26. Tank Dell, he had 11 targets, caught 6 of those, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns, longest of 29. Nico Collins, he was 3 of 5, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, and the longest of 23. Even Mechie got in on it. He had one reception for 14 yards, but hey, it was I believe that
First down.
particular
Was
reception
a
got
first
us a
down.
first down. Yeah.
Did
So
they
like
have
they
a
all
run
they
play
all put
for
in.
Hutchinson, or I don't know.
Hutchinson,
Singletary.
yeah, he had a no.
Oh,
Xavier Hutchinson, yeah, he had a pretty good run play. It was could have went for a
Yeah.
little bit more, but he cut it back on the inside and lost. Left a few yards on the field, but still, it was a key first down in the red zone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So overall, like the ball, to your point, Los, like he was able to distribute the ball to his receivers. The receivers stepped up. So I agree with you that the receiving core needs
Yes,
some respect put on that name.
they were not the weakness that we thought they were. The weakness, as I said before, is the run game. The run game is going to be the issue, and on the offensive line. I was looking at how they're rated pass wise. The offensive line is decent. Run block wise, it is
Failing
horrible.
grades, yeah.
It is horrible on that right side. And as closer as we get to the end of the season, we're gonna have to face Tennessee twice. We're gonna face the Browns. We're going to face Indy. We need a run game. I don't know what I don't know how it's being, how the scheme is, as far as if they're coaching it up right, because everything else is perfect as far as it goes. It's just that run game, and it's not the players it's not the running backs.
I would disagree. It's the running backs,
and that's why for me the issue with getting Kenyon Green, a first round pick, and so far he's been horrible, and then of course he's been injured this season. That's bad. And then Stingley. Stingley, when he's healthy and he's playing, he's a good cornerback. I can't say great yet because I need to see more, but he's been decent, solid. He got injured. Like, we need him these next couple of games, specifically this next game where we're going against Cincinnati. Like, we need him, and he's been on IR. Juice Scruggs has been on IR since the preseason, and we have yet to see why he's not out of IR.
Hamstring, supposedly.
I get that part, but come on, dude. Before preseason was over, like this is like the second game in preseason he's been out. So, like, there's something's going on with, and I'm pretty sure it's not just the Texans. I know the Vikings are going through that. I know Kansas City's going through that. Miami. So I know it's just part of the game, but still, I just really feel like this run game is going to bite us in the ass if we don't pick it up and start moving the ball. At least give me 4 yards of carry. 4 yards.
I would agree. I would agree with you on that one. I think the run game is the biggest weakness that the Texans have out of the entire team. Yes, defense has its on and off days, but honestly, do agree that I think what would help out CJ Stroud even more would probably be a more effective run game. And I agree with Rios on this one. Honestly, think it's the running backs too. I mean, look at the scheme, Rios.
It's a zone running scheme, and Pierce just doesn't break the right holes. He's trying to look for contact. When you make the right read, you have a hole that gets you 4 or 5 yards easily. But he's not making the right reads and just running it, looking for contact. And Singletary is not very fast. Like, he's not going to be great at picking up extra yards because he's not a super fast guy.
Yeah,
he can make the right reads. He just doesn't have the holes aren't open long enough for him to actually get through it and get some yards.
I don't.
It's one of the reasons why they have
up.
Tank Dell doing it. That's why they have Tank Dell doing it.
You got Hutchinson making design runs because those guys don't have the speed.
I look at the line and I don't see holes opening up.
I mean,
I see the line backing up, getting pushed back on run plays, and it's just like we need some more tenacity, man.
Still there? Why is 77 still there? Let me repeat that again. Fant, why is 77 still there?
We don't have anyone to play up left guard, unfortunately. That's why Titus is doing it, man.
No, he's right guard. You got Titus Howard. Titus Howard is horrible as a guard. Horrible. Just put it away.
Fant would be a lot worse at the left guard spot.
Yes.
No, you don't have to take Fant out. Just leave him as a
backup. Who are you going to put, though?
Where are you going to put a left guard?
You have left guard. Dude, move the center, the rookie center, our fourth string, move him to guard because he'll block.
Then
no, you need to have Juice Scruggs hit this offensive line.
But he's
right, but he's injured. He's an IR still.
How is his hamstrings, dude? Are these players drinking water? Like, what the hell, bro? Like,
Yeah,
come on, are they
once-
partying every day
once-
or not?
That's the solution.
honestly,
Drink more
Yeah.
water.
drink more water.
Because I'm
You
telling
hear that, boys and girls? More water.
Water.
I don't know, bro.
As he drinks his beer,
this
more
is-
water.
I've been watching football.
I don't get cramps.
For more than over 20 years. Okay,
Me neither.
for over 20 years, and I keep hearing the excuse it's the grass, bro. At some point, I've seen people play soccer in cement, and I don't even see that much, and fat people, and that don't even stretch.
Yeah,
They
fat
fucking-
people.
Come on, bro.
What was your experience playing, Pablo? What years? So I could look
I don't
up
know.
the
I just
stats
remember
real quick.
I bull rushed the
Oh,
hell out of
that's right.
Carlos, skinny little
There is
self,
none.
and dropped him.
Shut that shit up.
Dropped an easy breezy, little twig. He's like that little needlewood from Pokemon. The little needlewood from Pokemon.
Pseudo-Wudo.
That was
Get it
him,
right.
bro. A little
Pseudo-Wudo.
twig. Little twig.
That kind of name.
Yeah.
The hell out of here with that shit.
Anyway,
We take our Pokemon
it's not
serious,
like-
sir.
Hey, it's not like I'm into Pokemon or anything.
Oh, not at all. Me either.
Anyway,
but something has to be done because we cannot have Fan as our, because he gets no push, none at all. And if you've noticed, the majority of sacks that we got from Tampa Bay when they sacked us, they literally have 3 offensive linemen with defending 1 defensive end. I'm like, what the hell? And then like who was the linebacker? What's his name?
Tuo?
No, the linebacker for Tampa Bay.
Oh, White.
Devin White.
Devin White.
No,
Yeah,
Devin White.
Devin White.
Yeah.
Devin White. Nobody would touch
He
him.
got
He
the
would just come
CJ a
in.
few times. Yeah.
Yeah, twice.
that was on Titus. He's not a great
That was Titus.
left guard.
Yeah.
He's
There's
not
no
a
argument
left
there.
guard. Get him out. Put him in his
Yeah.
natural position.
Right, but
If-
at the moment, what you don't have anybody there that can play it. I mean, think about it. We're literally at the center that we have right now. We got in as last game.
He's
Yeah,
our
he's
third
third
string
string.
center right now.
Dude, they just gotta do something.
So to speak on that, I will say I'm a little upset with Cassera. He sat on his hands during the trade deadline. You could have done maybe not a splash move, but something to build the depth because you have a lot of injuries. Like you could
That's
have went out and
right,
found a
though.
left guard.
That is right.
Because there was-
bro.
Look,
There's
I
a couple
feel-
guys that were signed that we could have got.
Or traded for, like the guard for the Minnesota Vikings that they traded for a 3rd-round pick.
Either
I
him or
feel-
some help on the pass rush because the pass rush was non-existent. Baker had all day to
I'm
go
not-
ball.
Dude,
man.
was anybody upset that Chase Young trade for a 3rd round or something like that? And the 49ers got him?
No, I was kind of, but not really, because I understood that you have to re-sign him to a big contract. And if he doesn't want to, he can just be like, dude, I'm walking away in
and
free agency.
I'm
'Cause the
looking at his
49ers are not gonna
stats. His
The 49ers
stats.
are
I
not
mean,
gonna sign him.
they're not great. They're not great stats. It's not like he's
He
pulling
has-
up these crazy numbers. I mean,
He has 6.5 sacks. He's like top 5 in sacks right now. Him and Tua
You-
both had 6.5 sacks.
Would
More
you
than
compare
anyone
him
on our
to,
team.
like, I was gonna, yeah. So you're still okay with?
He's
with who
an
we have,
upgrade
though?
over. He's an upgrade over Grenard. Both
Right,
of them,
okay, that's what I was
Sweat
gonna-
or
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Would it be an upgrade over Grenard or anything? Like
both of
that?
them would be.
Yeah.
It's
Both of them would be.
because, like I said, there's more to it than just trading for them. You trade for them because 49ers, it makes sense. They're not going to re-sign him. They're trading to try to get to the Super Bowl. You know, that's why.
But look at the Bears. They got Sweat. And they're tanking.
Yeah, but
the
look what
Bears
they
are tanking.
did.
They got Sweat.
Look what they did. They re-signed him
Yeah.
to like a 4-year. The Texans don't have that money to re-sign right now. So until next
hold
year.
on, we got cap space.
They have
I mean, I'm
cap space.
sorry.
No,
gonna
I don't
say-
think
I'm
it's
a-
very much. From what I saw, there wasn't much
No,
money.
no, we have cap space.
Well, if they signed him, he wouldn't get paid for this year because he's still on
It'll be
his
the
rookie. He would
following.
get paid to be the following year. We have like 100
Which
plus
is
million
we
in
have a
cap
lot.
space.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know
Next year we have a
do.
lot.
So if you bring him in, you would have to resign him. Not going to happen. And they're
I mean, his deal is like
Because they're
98 million for 4 years. It's
because they're very stingy with trading for draft picks. I don't know why. He just is. But I'm glad you pointed out, Rios, because he does deserve some slack. I like Casario. I think he's a good general manager, but he has made some ill moves, and it needs to be pointed out. And he needs to take a little heat, just
No,
like
it needs
everybody.
to be ignored. It needs to be ignored, swept under the
Nah.
rug, and onto the.
that would be like I said. That'd be my one criticism of him. Like because this, I mentioned to Carlos on our group chat. I was like, you can't punt on a rookie quarterback's deal because this guy's gonna get paid in 4 years. You can't waste it. You can't punt
Cannot
a
waste it.
season.
Cannot.
You got to capitalize. Even if we're not going to contend for a Super Bowl, at least making it to the playoffs. I mean, that's invaluable experience, and
Yeah,
that's momentum changing for a franchise.
but offensively, those were the issues. Defensively, we have issues now. Our starting defensive tackle's out, and Sheldon Rankins, he's still injured.
I think he's supposed to come back this week, but yeah, Ridgeway
I
is done
hope
for the
so because
year.
we need him. We need him
Jimmy
bad.
Ward's going to be out for a minute too because I think he got a hamstring
Yep.
injury.
Hamstring.
So that's
Other
gonna
hamstring.
be and then
And the backup too.
MJ Stewart. Yeah, but MJ Stewart might as well like leave nobody out there. He wasn't really doing
Yeah.
much. Yeah. But some guy this guy Jalen Petrie has had such a regression this year. Like
I wouldn't say that.
he's regressed from last year. Yes, he has.
Last year he looked like an All-Pro.
Yeah, this year he hasn't shown much.
Okay. If you watch the tape, Jimmy Petrie, there might not be eye-popping plays, but he does make little plays. You just have to see it. He hasn't got blown past. That's one. Two, he's been around the football. The turnovers have not really been there overall for the Texans. If you look at it,
It's still a regression from last year, though.
I will say the one thing he's improved on is his tackling because last year he
was missing tackles.
He led the league in missed tackles. He's got better as far as tackling, but as far as making game-changing plays, he hasn't done it.
That's it.
I mean, you can't rely on that, but still, like he has none this year. No forced fumbles, no interceptions.
And at that point where Jimmy Ward being out and MJ Stewart, like at this point now you got to really step it up.
Because it's going to be him and Eric Murray out there basically.
Right. Oh,
and Eric Murray is not a starting safety, but
that's why we need.
Well, Casario's going to have to he's going to have to sign some guys this week to make. You're going to have to find a kicker. You're going to have to find a safety.
No,
and you have to find.
You got a Wundawale, bro. A Wundawale.
Yeah. Yeah, we have him.
And Shaq
we don't need a kicker.
Shaq Griffin is a good backup, but Shaq Griffin gets burned a lot, and they need Stingley back, man. Defensively, like I said, that safety position worries me, but not because of Petrie. It's because we're gonna have to get someone off the street. Like it basically started last Sunday. D'Amico Ryans, we have no oomph in the middle. Like these. What is his name? Shaq White or Derek White? He ran the running back for
Rashard White.
Rashard White. Rashard White tore. He was literally the offense of Tampa Bay. Out of a couple of big plays from Mike Evans, which would be a great pickup next year if we do sign him for like 1 or 2 years. I just, man, we have holes, a lot of holes we need to cover, which is to be expected. Nick Casario needs to do a little bit of a better job. Stingley, like I said, like Carlos said, if next year he does not start the entire season or he missed the majority of the season with injury, he's a bust. He's a Will Fuller Jr. Like, it's bad. But you know what? That's just the downside. The upside is we're 4-4. We should 500. We should be better than what we are because we should have beat Carolina. We should have beat Atlanta. But
we should be 6.
We should be 6-2, like Rios said. Yeah, we should be 6-2 technically.
Both of those games we lost on last-second field goals. And honestly, we lost them in the same fashion. They tried to force the run. Like they kept running it on first down to the point where the game was out of hand. Like what do you do at that point?
Slowick is finally coming.
Play calling. Play call.
We can't run, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why this last second half was his best.
They stopped running the ball. Because
play calling. After he was like, "Screw it, I'm not running the ball. We can't do it."
But let me ask you this though. After a while, it's working right now. But after a while, once it's on tape, how predictable does it get?
Oh no,
exactly.
This is not sustainable. Like JP said earlier, this is not sustainable. It worked. It worked for the second half of it. And it might work. I mean, it might work some games, but
because you become one-dimensional.
This is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. No.
No one's gonna fall for any fake, any pump back, play action. Like
once you put Hutchinson or Tank Dell in the running back position, it's like, oh, you already know they're gonna run it.
Yeah. I mean, just ask Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was all pass, no run. And look what happened. I mean,
he also had a terrible O-line.
He really
that
did.
too. But we have a terrible O-line too.
Not
According to all
terrible.
the metrics, and speaking of the fewest sack teams, they're not terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pass
not terrible.
pass blocking,
That's
they're great, and they turned it on.
Run
And
blocking, they suck.
run blocking is the
It's
opposite.
a whole
So
different
It's
story. Yeah.
I
horrible.
mean, hey, look, at the end of the day, as long as they protect Stroud, that's
Yeah.
most
I mean,
important.
yeah.
I
isn't that
That's
what
all
mean,
we
I'm really
said at the
worried about.
beginning also? We're like, hey, remember when we talked about Tunsil? Like, hey, let the man get all the false starts he wants as long as he's protecting my quarterback. That's all that
That's
matters
all
to
I care.
me.
That's all I
That's
care
all I
about.
care about. He'll make up
Well,
for
I
them.
mean,
He'll make
we're
up
gonna
for them.
get we're gonna get a good test next week, and Joe Burrow has
all right, I'm
already,
out. This is where I'm out. No,
yeah,
let's
Joe
not
Burrow has
even. No.
Joe Burrow has already shown that he's back, baby, and I hope it's a miracle that we win. I don't think though that we'll win. At Cincinnati, Joe Burrow with the team, Mixon is running the ball like crazy. Higgins is showing why he's a number one. There is a little hope. Jamar Chase has an issue with his back right now, so he might not play, which gives us a little bit of an edge. But Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. He went to Kansas City and beat Kansas City at Kansas City at Burrowhead. So I mean, it's going
You
to
say
be
a
a true
Burrowhead?
test.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
the Bengals are calling it last year for the playoffs, but then they lost.
Yeah.
It's still he played really well that game too.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah. Our hope was that that sluggish play that they had at the beginning of the season would continue. That it wasn't a fad. It was just the 2023 Bengals, but apparently no, it was just a phase. It's gone. It's over. They're done with that. They're back to being, you know, cool Joes, whatever the hell they call them,
Joe Chill
Bengals,
or Joe Cool, whatever his name is.
whatever. Yeah, Joe
Joe
Cool,
Burr.
whatever.
Joe
Joe,
Burr.
Joe
yeah,
Burr.
they're back. They're back at it. I mean, we have to play a perfect game to have a chance. And
Specifically
with
defensively.
no run game, you don't. That's not. There's not going to be a perfect game, right?
And I'm not
Because
even
you
scared.
can't expect to just pass the whole game
Yeah.
one dimensional. And I mean, if anyone could do it, Stroud can do it, right? You could give the ball to Stroud. He'll get hit a few times because they know what's coming, but he could pull it out. But we have to be perfect defensively. They have to play way better than they have. I mean, to start the season, the defense was great. It was keeping us in games.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now they're is getting away from that. People are calling out D'Amico now. I mean, at first it's Slowick. Now we're calling out D'Amico.
Nah,
I don't know, but
people
it
will
has to be
always
all
talk.
around. It has to be an all around thing, man. All around.
And speaking of the defense, I do want to say something that I've been seeing a lot from Texans fans. This crap that I'm hearing about Will Anderson, like, it's really getting on my nerves. It really is.
What are you talking about?
That
What
he's
is-
not
what-
getting enough sacks, that he's a bust. Like, you guys don't understand what it's like for a defensive end to turn around. Like I said, J.J. Watt, and I said this before, J.J. Watt had 5 sacks his first year. Okay? It took a while for him to get it. And Will Anderson, I've seen some of the stuff that he does. He's this close to getting a breakout game. Okay? He should have had a couple of more sacks on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield just got out of it. Okay? This next upcoming game will be a great game for him to blow out. Okay? Because since he doesn't have the greatest O-line. Okay? And Joe Burrow does get sacked a lot. So I hope that happens. But the vitriol that I've heard about Will Anderson being a bust is really, really stupid. Okay?
Yeah, it's a little premature.
Yeah.
We're
it's
9 games into the season.
I believe he has 2 sacks. Okay.
Yeah.
He has 2 sacks, but
No, just two.
he has a lot of pass rushing ability. When he pushes the offensive lineman, a lot of strength, he is close to a breakout game. I'm not expecting a freaking double-digit sack season from a rookie his first year. I'm just not. So please stop saying Will Anderson is a bust, because he's not. Okay? He's actually a really good player who's young and learning his way.
Preach.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that from the Texans
Nice.
media?
No, I haven't seen that.
I love it. I love it. Sorry, I have to show it. It was so good.
They're
But I
getting
agree with you.
Good.
I agree with you. Oh man, I just messed up the thing. But
Yeah,
I agree with you.
D'Amico, D'Amico's going to get better. The defense just needs to play. They need to play perfect. Offensively, I'm not scared of Cincinnati's defense that much. They're gonna make some plays, but I think our offense is better than their defense.
Yeah,
It's going to be a shootout for
it's
sure.
going to be
I
a
think so, too.
shootout. High scoring game, would we say? Because I think both our defenses are a little
We
are
have
not
both
top defenses.
we have some suspect secondaries on both sides. On
Right.
both sides,
Agreed. But
they have a better pass. They have a better
Anderson-
pass rush for sure, though.
If Will
Yeah.
Anderson could give me 2 sacks against Cincinnati, I think we win that game.
I mean, the thing about Will Anderson, he gets the quarterback pressures. He's like top tier when it comes to quarterback pressure. So, I mean, obviously that's beneficial for us, but it's just I think most people will say, "Oh, he's a bust" because they don't see the sacks, which is it's premature, like you guys said. It's very premature. But look at the QB pressures; he'll get there. He needs some extra help because that's
I'm-
really all you got. I mean, the
I've
man's
never-
probably taking double
I
team or
think
something like that.
once he gets more of a bag as far as pass rushing goes, because right now all he has really is the full rush, and it's not really working for him so far. He's getting close, but
he's getting close. He just
I
got.
guess he's getting close, but he's not getting there. It's like it's very reminiscent of Jadeveon Clowney. He was getting there, but he wasn't finishing.
No, Jadeveon Clowney was lazy. He was
JP,
very-
I mean, you can talk about the work ethic, but it looks like Will
JP,
Anderson's work ethic is on
Yeah.
top tier.
Yeah, he's maybe lazy on practicing and off the field, but like on the field, he wasn't lazy. It's just again, he was getting close, but just not finishing. Oh, Clowney.
Clowning.
JP,
Okay.
I've never been more proud of you, JP,
Oh, shut
for
up.
that analysis, for that input.
like
You
that's
really
good one,
have
Jay.
matured. You really
It
have
was.
matured as a Texans fan. These last few years, I'm really
Please.
proud of the Texans fan you have.
I'm a
become.
realist.
Wow.
I have knowledge. I've been diehard Texans fan.
It's okay to be a realist, but remember, some people might take it the wrong way and call you a fake fan.
No, and
so
that's
be a realist.
fine. I just think like we have to be like people were laughing at me when I said
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
people were laughing when I said that this team should be a playoff team. People were
Oh,
laughing.
same here.
People were laughing when I said
There's
that
two
we-
people that come to mind. Two people very close to me that come to mind. They were talking shit about me when I said this is a playoff team. Man.
But look, even DJ Bienemy put an article in Rios. I think I sent it to you like maybe a couple yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And I said, you know what, Rios, I'm gonna ride that playoff train with you. I think it's a possibility. It can happen because of the division that we're in. It's a possibility. You know, you were looking at the beginning. A lot of people look at it like, nah, it's a rebuilding mode, which technically it is. It is a rebuilding.
It is.
But the fact that you're playing at this level in a rebuilding mode, there is
What expedites that is having a franchise quarterback. That expedites everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It
that
expedites
hurts
everything. So that pretty much begs to differ. Like, dude, this could be, and I'm using the word could. This could be a playoff team. Like, could be this year, could be next year. Like, they're that close. The fact that you're speaking about maybe perhaps playoffs, as opposed to we're just rebuilding, speaks volumes of how much this organization has actually grown.
And it's not just fans. National media starting to see the vision that I've had
What's his name? DJ Bienemy.
Since training camp. Not just him, but NFL Network. They're seeing the vision I had in preseason and training camp. I saw it.
I don't want to hear about national media, man. National media talks about the Cowgirls when they're 1-15 or 1-16, like whatever.
Well, because Jerry Jones paid the Jerry Jones PR pays for that. That's
all the hate Stroud was getting.
From
national media, saying that no, this guy's not talented enough. Who's that one guy with the talk show
with the glasses? That's all.
The Herd.
Colin Callagher, whatever.
Oh, he was the worst one, dude.
Yeah, he was straight up.
Bill Simmons.
He's not gonna do it. Bill Simmons, bro, it's just so good. Come on, Chef's kiss.
Oh, I got bookmarks on all. I got bookmarks on all these bitches. Oh, just wait till the season's over,
dude. That's just
people thought I was bad last year. Ooh, just wait.
You just never know, and like we are lucky and blessed to get CJ Stroud as our quarterback. He has done extremely well. Give credit where credit's due. Nick Casario, whoever, because I heard McNair's wife is the one that wanted CJ Stroud. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
Actually, I heard that too. Actually, but
yeah.
So I don't know.
Hannah, our Lord and Savior.
Whoever the hell got after CJ Stroud, I'm glad we got him. it has turned this fan base around. This has always been a football town, always will be. As much as the Rockets are as good, or as much as whatever baseball is done, it's always going to be a
Sir, they're
football
called the
town.
Astros.
Sir,
Little
the
respect.
Astros.
Ah,
I know right now I'm not representing it in my head, but
Exactly.
I got it in the back. But that's because I'm an idiot and I made this bet. But actually,
I told you,
I don't
shave your head.
no. I don't regret it because I believed in my team. I believed in my team, and here I am willing to do whatever it takes for my team. And obviously, we're in this crap here, which I will burn at the end of the year.
Good. But you know what?
Should have took my
After
advice with the head
Cincinnati,
shaving. Your hair would have been growing
Nah,
back by now.
could you let me know?
no, it wouldn't.
Could you let me know the schedule after Cincinnati? Because I know it's after Cincinnati. I think it's Arizona. The schedule gets a little bit easier for the Texans before
It's Arizona, then Jacksonville, then the Colts, and then the Titans. So I think it's the Titans, then someone else, and then the Titans again. We'll play them twice
I know
in 3 weeks,
I think it's
man.
Arizona. I think it's Arizona and then Jacksonville.
Sorry, can I
Yeah.
really quick, guys? I'm gonna share this really quick because they were talking about it and I was trying to find it.
Mhm.
One of my favorites. He got roasted. I know Rios, you posted it too, but a lot of people roasted this guy. At underscore MLF football. He posted all this about CJ. Texans QB CJ Stroud is off to a historic start, career, and today was insane. And he posted all the stats, right?
Uh-huh.
One of the all great time performances. And if you look at the first comment, people kept the receipts because
Like,
people kept the receipts. I know Rios, you were one of them.
that was the first
And
one.
so this one is one of them. Oh, there, you're actually right there, Rios. But don't forget the comment he posted, like, guarantee this will age poorly, and Rios posted that on the
CJ
27th of August. CJ
So
Stroud will
this is
not
funny.
be a very good. Yeah, hold on. Let me read it, Rios, and then explain your story. It says CJ Stroud will not be a very good hashtag
Wow.
NFL quarterback. Doubt he will make it through the season as a starter in Houston. Houston will regret taking him over Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, and Dorian Thompson Robinson. Rios hit
Who?
back with that. Yeah,
Who?
Rios hit back with the guarantee this will age poorly right here, Rios. Tell us,
Like I
what
said,
did you
So I believe in CJ. So when I initially put that out, I had maybe a few hundred views. Wasn't too much traction. After yesterday, I gained about what? Let me see what it's at right now. It's in like the 5 figures.
Oh wow.
Like I'm still getting traction on it.
let me see. I think
But
yours
this goes to show
was
you that this is
It is
why
up to 12. It is up to 12,000. It basically got 12,000 views in a day.
That's why I don't like pundits. I don't like certain things that they say especially when they like try to guarantee it. I think it's very stupid, specifically when it comes to the draft. And not just that. Here in Houston, we have all these reporters and we have all these people that speak on the Texans, and they're not even from Houston. Which is the worst part. But I'm glad you called them out, Reels, because for me, I'm more of I like to wait and see before I make certain decisions. There's a couple of decisions, like for example, when he got Bill shit, I was like, oh no, I will stop. Like I knew right away.
what about
The
Nick
moment I saw his
Casario?
stupid ass face? Like I was like, this dude sucks.
No, Nick Casario, he was waiting to see. He was waiting to see on
Yeah, when Nick Casario, I was waiting to see. I was like, let's wait and see. So I think for now, CJ Stroud is proving all his haters wrong. Keep in mind, sophomore year, quarterbacks tend to struggle. That's just a fact. Quarterbacks tend to struggle that sophomore year because now there's tape, a lot of tape.
Patrick Mahomes went to the Super Bowl second season.
Well, he has Andy Reid and he had Tyreek Hill and he had a squad. I think Patrick Mahomes.
Joe Burrow's second season, he also went to the Super Bowl, and there's tape on Burrow too. Like the great ones, they gotta wait to succeed.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I really hope that maybe that happens. If CJ is cut from that cloth, I'm very hopeful. I'm still kind of, a part of me is like, yeah, and another part of me is like, let's wait, be patient.
Because you're a Houston fan and you know what to expect.
Yeah, and so for right now, here's what I'm expecting. I think with Cincinnati, it's going to be a loss. I hope and pray it's a win, but I know it's going to be an L. But after that, I expect a couple of wins. I expect 2 wins.
Well,
and I expect for us to beat Jacksonville. Here at Houston, I expect for us to win that game.
We got a pretty solid schedule after Cincy. It's Arizona. It's at Jacksonville. It's at Denver. No, I'm sorry. Those are 3 straight home games. Arizona at home,
Exactly.
Jacksonville at home, Denver at home. Then we're at the Jets. Then we're at Titans, and then we get Cleveland home. I mean,
It looks good, but the thing is this: remember what we said about Carolina that should have
I
been an
know.
easy win.
that's the
And
thing.
honestly, Bobby Slowick needs to keep that consistency going. And like we were talking about earlier,
Correct.
that whole not having a run game can get old pretty fast. So that needs to be addressed
They need to
ASAP.
finish.
And I know it's
Well,
hard. I know it's hard, but hey, I'm just
I
letting
will
you
say
know it's
this: let's not try to force the run like he's been doing, because those losses is us trying running on first down, running on second down, hoping you get a first down pass from CJ on third down. Like, no, you got to mix in the passing on running on first down. You can't just be all runs on first down because again, predictable.
Yeah.
And you don't have the running back that's going to get you those 5-6 yards you want on the first down anyway. So mix in some
Why?
runs.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Houston has had this type of offense before. They called it the run and shoot in 1993 with the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
And they got beat the first round of the playoffs. Now, there was a Super Bowl expectation on that team, and this team, not so much. So I think Bobby Slowick needs to find some sort of – it doesn't have to be a big threat of run, but enough to gain a couple of yards to keep your defense or the opposing team's defense honest. But like I said, these next 3 games, they're at home. The Texans play very, very well at home. And I honestly think that we should beat Arizona because they've been trading away players. I heard Kyle Murray might come back, which makes things a little bit interesting, but I still
I
think
think
we
he's
should
starting this week or something like that. I think he's starting this week.
I still think we should win that game. I definitely think we should beat Jacksonville. Okay, we've had their number since like 2002. Like we won both games that season, and we've always had their number. And then Denver has a lot of injuries, a lot of question marks at the quarterback position, and they're coming here. They're not at Denver. They're coming here. So I do believe that we should win those games. These next 3 games after Cincinnati, I feel that we should win all 3. Now, will that happen? We'll see. But I feel that we should win all 3 games. Just like I felt like we should beat Atlanta and beat Carolina.
All right, I agree. All right, gentlemen, to end it, what are we looking at this weekend? Let's do score predictions and then we'll sign right off. So, Rios, go for it. Score prediction.
All right. Like I said, I expect it to be a shootout. I'm going to go 41-38 Texans win. They get the upset win, game-winning field goal.
41-38?
Yep.
W. Rios. Okay. JP, what you got, bud?
All right, I'm thinking with my head. I
hope so.
Which head?
My heart tells me the Texans will win too, but my head is telling me no. I think Cincinnati will win 31-23.
Okay, 20. What was it?
31-23.
31-23. Okay, you take the loss. JP. Carlos, what do you think?
I think it goes into overtime and they tie 31-31.
31. Jesus. That's high. I like that. What is this, soccer?
Cincinnati had tied before several times, like I think twice.
I mean, we've tied 2 with the Colts last season.
True.
All right, so I'm gonna bring a little superstition in this. I'm gonna say loss, and here's why. Every time I say loss, the Texans do the opposite and end up winning. And my record's pretty good this season throughout that. So I'm gonna say Texans lose. Let's go 28-31.
And I will say this, as far as the Texans history versus the Cincinnati Bengals, we have a really good record against them at home and on the road. If you go look at
what we need is
to go to our first playoff game.
We need TJ Yates, the Bengal Slayer.
Where's TJ Yates? I want him to show up in spirit.
You guys should interview Kevin Walters, man. I always wanted to see what the hell happened to Kevin Walters. But
I tried.
We have a very good history against Cincinnati. I hope that continues. I hope we win, but I just don't see it.
We can do it. Just we need a perfect game.
It can be done.
Even just have TJ Yates on the sideline. Just have him there. Just
have him.
Imagine if we win.
Point every time.
If we win.
Damian Pierce 100 yards. Counting it right now.
It's possible.
What's the under?
30.
30. All right, gentlemen, that's going to be it for tonight. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. It's always fun having you guys on the show. JP, thank you again for showing up. Los, as always, thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. I'll upload this ASAP. But again, thank you guys. Rios is always good to have you on. And that's going to be our show for tonight. Tune in sometime this week. I'm sure we'll be on. I think Rios, you got the Pick and Roll podcast on Wednesday, right?
Well, we got the roundtable tomorrow.
Roundtable. Oh, is it tomorrow? I thought they were doing it Fridays. That was the
No, it was just last week.
okay.
It's gonna
So
be Tuesday. So
roundtable tomorrow with the Let's Talk Sports guys with Sam hosting it, and I think Poppy might show up for that one. We never know. He's like a
right.
mystery. No. Then for sure, Rio's has a Pick and Roll podcast on Wednesdays with the our friends over there at the how do you call it, at the Hardcore Sports Network from Philly. So that's been a fun show. Check him out. I'm sure he'll be talking Rockets and a bunch of other stuff too that's going on with the basketball world. So that's a good one. Check it
Did
out.
they win? Because I know they were playing. Did they win?
They were up like 20 at halftime. I haven't checked the score lately.
They should have won.
3-3.
Yeah, and then Saturday, I believe I got the wrestling show with my wrestling co-host Justin. So we got a pretty busy week.
Oh yeah.
This week.
Oh, they won. Yeah, they won by 25. They blew them out.
Should be fun. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all coming through. We'll see y'all around next time. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. Peace.